Dwarves and Dragons, Orcs and Arkenstones, director Peter Jackson's on-screen asylum known as Inner Earth rears its hairy head once again with the release of The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Hey everyone, I'm Sam Hallenbeck and welcome to Starwatch. There's a dragon in that there mountain and he's sitting on a big fat pile of gold. The dwarves are eyeing it, but first they've got to get through a couple of tons of scales with wings, a beast with a killer case of heartburn no Tums could cure. Here's a look inside part 2 of the Hobbit trilogy as Starwatch haggles with the hobbits, the elves, and even Smaug himself.
Truly, the tales and songs fall utterly short of your enormity, O Smaug, the stupendous.
The dwarves of Erebor are back and their quest leads to a mountain of gold which they say is theirs to claim. However, between them and their fortune lies plenty of uglies, including the dragon Smaug.
We don't.
Just not like LA Smog, more like Smaug.
Where are you?
Benedict Cumberbatch should know he's the voice of the dragon Smaug.
Come now. Don't be shy.
It's great. You have no makeup, no hair, no marks, no costume, and you can just run riot. It's like being a kid again, imagining something from nothing.
It will not end here. With every victory, this evil will grow.
Evangeline Lilly plays the elf Toriel.
Legolas has grown very fond of you. Do not give him hope where there is none.
You are new to the Hobbit family.
Yes, I am.
How does it feel? What was the indoctrination?
It was wonderful. I was sort of the token female that came into the fray when these boys have been working together for a year already. And so I felt like it was palpable that there was like a breath of fresh air. The guys were like, oh my God, it's not a stinky, hairy man. It's a female.
Dwarf Thorin's back.
You have no right to enter that mountain. I have the only right.
Take me back to your first audition for this character. I heard that you were on painkillers, is that correct, from an injury?
Yeah, I was working on a TV show in the UK called Spooks, and I'd done a stunt which had injured my back, and then the next day I had to go and meet Peter, so I was dosed up on painkillers and had been to the chiropractor, so I was in quite a lot of pain. And I think that it maybe added something to the performance because, you know, Thorin isn't in physical pain yet, but he's certainly in kind of an emotional state, so I think it helped.
And then there's Bilbo Baggins.
What did you find?
My courage.
Good. You'll need it.
Who's along for the ride in the film's epic barrel chase scene.
The barrels was kind of interesting because about a week in a sluice being, you know, shoved around in very deep, dirty water. And again, you have
deep
to...
and dirty?
It was deep and dirty, and I found out at some point that at least one of the dwarves, who I won't name, had urinated in the water. Because they were in the barrels for so long that they couldn't really take toilet breaks, so one of them just weed. I'm not going to say who it is, but he's big and ginger.
Then there's that giant spider scene. So you have that, and you have the spider scene? Tell me about the
Spider scene was good fun as well.
No, nobody was winging in that one. Right?
No one was winging in that. No, they weren't. That was just me and a lot of green screen spiders and a lot of imagination, really. It's, you know, going back to being a 6-year-old, and what made you play and act in the first place is, you know, fighting off, in my case, Nazis. That's what I was doing when I was 6, constantly fighting Nazis.
Okay.
At least I was on the right side.
Now Lily was a natural with the archery thing. She taught the sport at summer camp, but new to her were her elfin ears. How did those crazy ears feel?
I love the ears. They brought me, when I first arrived, they brought me 3 different sets of ears. They laid them out in front of me and they said, you can choose your ear size. So there was small, medium, and large. And right away I went, ooh, I want the big ones. They said, no, those are really, really big. Let's try on the small ones. So we tried on the small ones. I said, no. And then they said, well, we'll try on the medium ones. I tried on the medium ones. They said, I really think it's the big ones. So we put on the big ones and everyone in the room went, yeah, it's the big ones. And so I got to wear the biggest ears out of everybody.
The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug is playing in theaters everywhere.